Hello students, today I continue the explanation on the chapter Transpiration for Standard 10, and this is video number 5, which is a concluding part for this chapter Transpiration. In this video I will discuss about significance of transpiration and guttation and bleeding. Here it is, chapter Transpiration, video number 5, significance of transpiration. Significance can be of two ways, significance or uses. Means what is the utility? Significance can be for the plant itself, and significance can be for the whole living world. So first of all, we'll concentrate on significance of transpiration for the plant. Significance or uses of transpiration for the plant itself. Number 1, cooling effect. You know that evaporation all takes place from any surface, takes away the heat from the surface and cools the surface. It happens to us also. Similarly, in case of plants, the same thing happens. Evaporation reduces the temperature of a surface. Hence, by performing transpiration, plants keep themselves cool, because plants are also living things, and living things are always depending upon their enzyme action to remain living. So, when the enzyme action is important for living, there is a definite requirement of maintenance of temperature within an optimum level. So this keeps the plant in optimum level of temperature by cooling. Second point is suction force. Suction force is what? Actually, it is another way to explain transpiration pull that we have studied in absorption of root chapter. Transpiration pull, which helps in ascent of sap. Now, how it happens? Since transpiration helps in ascent of sap by suction force, loss of water from the leaves concentrate the sap of the leaves. When the water is lost from the leaves by means of stomatal transpiration in a maximum amount, then automatically the cells of mesophyll tissue, cells of the leaves getting concentrated, cell sap. And when they are getting concentrated, their osmotic pressure is increased. And that increased osmotic pressure draws more water from the neighboring cells and finally to the xylem tissue. That's been explained. Water from the leaves concentrate the cell sap of the leaves and increase their osmotic pressure. This increased osmotic pressure draws more water from the xylem tissue ultimately. First of all, it draws water from the neighboring cells of the tissue, and ultimately in a relay method, ultimately it reaches to the veins of the plants, and veins of the plants ultimately reaches to the main xylem tissue of the plant. So it creates a kind of a suction force. That's why transpiration pull is also called a suction force. Hence it is called suction force. The third importance and significance to the plant is it helps in distribution of water and minerals. Distribution of water and minerals should be underlined here. Distribution of water and minerals. Since transpiration pull helps in ascent of sap, it also creates a continuous upward movement of water and dissolved minerals. This ascent of sap is simple as that. When ascent of sap takes place, water is going up, and automatically along with that, the dissolved minerals also will go up and distribute all over the top part of the plant. Automatically it is distributed. So that thing is been told. A continuous upward movement of water and dissolved minerals to the leaves of the plants. Thus, water and minerals are also distributed. It's as simple as that. It creates a kind of a circulation. Plants do not have any other circulatory system. This circulation, ascent of sap, helps them to distribute minerals and water. Other than the utility or significance for the plant itself, it has got utility to the whole living world, and that is this significance of transpiration for all living things. And that is what? That is, transpiration affects the climate. How it affects the climate? Because it releases that much huge amount of water in the atmosphere, it creates cloud. And when it creates cloud, it brings rain. And brings rain means what? Ultimately, it is affecting the climate. So that's one. By releasing huge amount of water vapor in the atmosphere, this resulting in huge amount of water vapor is released, and that brings rain. And when it brings rain, automatically that is affecting the climate of of a particular place. Some example is been given here, in your book is also given. A full grown sunflower plant releases almost half liter per day. Per day. A full grown maize plant, corn, almost 2 liters per day. And a full grown apple tree releases 30 liters per day. You can imagine the big trees, those who are having huge amount of leaves, how much amount of water they release in the atmosphere, you can imagine. And if that happens, a kind of an area where huge amount of plants are there, automatically the climate of that place will change. This is the reason why we always tell, keep planting the plants and trees and do not cut the trees, so that the atmosphere and climate of the world and in our surrounding remains good for us. So these are the significance of transpiration. Other than this, there are two more aspects are there in this chapter. They are called guttation and bleeding. Let us see that. Rub this one. Significance. Number one, guttation. What is guttation? Definition. Loss of water along with dissolved minerals in the form of water droplets through the edges and tips of the leaves of certain plants is called guttation. What is it? Loss of water along with dissolved minerals in the form of water droplets. Remember, this is the difference with the transpiration. It is also loss of water. Transpiration is also loss of water. But this in the form of water droplets, whereas transpiration in the form of water vapor. Through the edges of the and tips of the leaves of certain plants. Remember, it is not happening in all the plants. It is given in certain plants. Plants living. This is the definition. Here are examples. Plants living in hot and humid condition climate are observed to be performing guttation. Example: tomato, potato, brinjal, grasses, banana, etc. These are living in humid climate, hot and humid climate. Means in this climate, the transpiration rate becomes very low. Why? Because of humidity. Humidity is having a reverse effect on transpiration, but continuously root is absorbing the water. There is enormous pressure created, root pressure created in those plants, but they are unable to release sufficient amount of water to keep a balance of water in the plant. Therefore, they are releasing in the form of water droplets. This happens through a special type of pore bearing tissue called hydathode. That means this guttation takes place through hydathodes, and those plants living in hot and humid climate, nature has given them this hydathode tissue so that they can directly lose water in the form of water droplets. Examples given. This is one, guttation, and the last one is bleeding. Last one is bleeding. It is simple. When there is an accidental breakage of the branches or the leaves or any parts of the plant, plant sap flows out, just like bleeding of our body. Loss of plant sap due to accidental breakage or cut part is called bleeding. Bleeding, this word is similar to our bleeding also, but it is same to the plants as well. When there are part of accidental breakage of the leaves or the branch or soft parts of the plants are oozing out. This is called bleeding. Remember, this is an accidental loss of plant sap, whereas this is a natural loss of plant sap. So this concludes the chapter transpiration, and we will continue our making our videos in the next chapter, that is circulation of plants. Thank you.